And on Beach Town night, it's summer in the city as the Buccos get ready to host the Houston Astros. The start of a 10-game homestand. The Brewers and the Padres will follow the Houston Astros into town. It's a hot summer night in the Berg, and the Pirates are anxious to get the second half of the season getting going again. Greg Brown and Bob Walk with you. And Bob, I think the Pirates are happy to have the 4 days off. Some teams only had 3 days off during the All-Star break. Everybody but Evan Meek, of course, had the time off. Pirates, again, anxious to get back to work and maybe anxious to see, especially the young three that were brought up earlier this season. We're talking, of course, about the second baseman, Neil Walker, left fielder, Jose Tabata, third baseman, Pedro Alvarez.
Yeah, Walker has really done great since the time he got here. The other two guys have been kind of good and bad. Tabata, you see that where he can really be a force at scoring runs. You see a glimpse of that every now and then. And, of course, Alvarez is starting to hit the ball over the fence. RBIs, 11, 3 home runs. Hopefully, we got maybe 15, maybe 40 RBIs out of him when it's all said and done. I think that'll be great second half for Pedro.
Now, 3 other guys have been around a while, but important positions. Ryan Doumit, Ronnie Cedeno, Lastings, Millage. Millage has been showing more power numbers over the past couple of weeks. Cedeno, inconsistent, Bob, and Doumit, that's probably what you're going to get out of the Pirates.
I think Ronnie Cedeno is the guy that you got to really look at and say, he's capable of a whole lot more than a 229 batting average. He is about as talented as anybody out there on the field as far as his athleticism. He's capable of being a much better offensive player than what we've seen.
Tonight marks the return of Zach Duke to the Pirates mound for the first time in a month. Pirates left-hander will go up against these Astros.
Yeah, hopefully Zach's arm is feeling better. I mean, he was really scuffling, I thought, with his control, was throwing a lot of hittable pitches before he went on the DL. Hopefully that is done with, going up against Brett Myers. Brett Myers has really had his problems on the road. I want that to keep going, obviously, tonight.
It is Brett Myers, the veteran right-hander, against the lefty Zach Duke. And boy, what a night this is for Eric Kratz. After 9 years in the minor leagues, he got the big call the other day. He's now in the big leagues, as are the rest of these Pirates, anxious to get some W's underway the second half of this season. Pirates and Astros are coming up.
PNC for the Achiever in us all. By Barrel Automotive, Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. And by your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward.
Back in familiar surroundings along the banks of the Allegheny. Pirates getting ready to host the Houston Astros and start a 10-game homestand. Check out the Toyota starting lineup moving forward. For Brad Mills' Houston Astros. And Jason Bourgeois will lead things off. He is in left field. Michael Bourne hits second, then Jeff Keppinger and Lance Berkman. Berkman, a career .250 hitter against Zach Duke. Hunter Pence in right. Chris Johnson, the third baseman, with Angel Sanchez, the shortstop. Humberto Quintero is the catcher. Brett Myers on the mound.
Zach Duke getting a little time off on the disabled list to rest that elbow that was flaring up a little bit, bothering him some. Threw 7 innings on his rehab start. I got that right. Seven innings.
Yep.
Only gave up a couple of runs, so hopefully he'll be on tonight. See his ERA for the season, 5.49. That's what he'd like to work on the second half.
Here's the defense behind Zach Duke. It's Tabata, no errors in 29 games. Andrew McCutcheon, Lasting Smilage in the outfield, left to right. Pedro Alvarez, Ronnie Cedeno on the left side. Neil Walker, Garrett Jones on the right side of the infield, with Ryan Doman catching Zach Duke. And we're about ready to start this thing. Wally Bell will call the balls and strikes. And it is Jason Bourgeois starting in left field, as Carlos Lee is being benched tonight because he did not make the voluntary workout last night here at PNC Park. Strike is called on Bourgeois, 6 for 19 at the plate.
Yes, it wasn't voluntary. Huh?
Yeah, it's voluntary. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not. They said they just wanted to give him an extra night off. I didn't mean he was being disciplined.
Oh,
no, they're just giving him an extra night off. The Astros. 0-2 the count on Bourgeois. And a chopper. A swinging bunt single to start the ball game. On a 0-2 pitch.
Pedro could do just pick it up and hand it back, or in this case, throw it to the bat wall. He couldn't have squared around and put a bunt down better than that. Just dies right on the edge of the grass with 2 strikes. Alvarez, of course, playing very deep. Can't get to it.
Now the regular leadoff man, Michael Bourne, at the plate. Their all-star representative. Bourne hitting .255 and leads the league with 28 stolen bases. He entered the game in the bottom of the 8th inning on Tuesday in left field as a defensive replacement, led off the 9th inning and struck out his only at bat. Bourgeois 3 steals in 4 attempts since his call-up. And 1-1 on Michael Bourne.
Facet of the game that Pirates need to get their hands around is controlling the other team's running game. Remember, not controlling it, but just slowing it down a little bit. It's been a very big problem this season.
Ball 2 strikes now. Ryan Doman shoulders some of that blame, but a lot of it absolutely falls on these pitchers. Joe Kerrigan and the Pirates have talked about, yeah, they think it's important, but they don't want that pitcher to have his concentration taken completely away from that hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count now on Bourne. And of course, Duke and Mahalam, the 2 lefties in the rotation for the Pirates, they've done good work in containing the running game. And a throw over.
Duke has a very deceptive move. He is, when he goes with his regular leg kick, he's slow to the plate, but he uses that deceptiveness to try and hold that runner a little longer over at first base. And he'll have a slide move too that he can use.
There goes the runner. A swing and a miss. And a stolen base.
See, there's that normal leg kick. And a fast guy is just not ever going to get thrown out when you do that. Watch the break. There it is. The leg kick is where it normally is. And, you know, Bourgeois was even looking over his shoulder half the time running down there and still made it very easily. He was coming out of his slide by the time he was tagged.
So that is his 4th. It's the 5th stolen base allowed by Zach Duke in 6 attempts. Opponents 5 for 6, and there he goes for third. And Domit's throw is high, and it's a steal of third base for Bourgeois after the strikeout of Bourne.
I mean, you know, it's something that, you know, you don't want the pitchers to, you know, lose concentration about getting the hitters off, but they're getting the hitters out. But you can't just let the other team run wild on you. And like here, there's a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Not in scoring position, at third.
Yeah, they have been running at will. I mean, the stats show it. Infield back with the exception of the third baseman Alvarez. The batter Keppinger.
And there's no law that says you can't concentrate on getting the hitters out and stop the runners also. Other pitchers have done it. This is not, you know, something new. And the Pirates got to get their hands around this, I think.
And they'll get the lead thanks to the stolen bases. Keppinger gets the RBI.
A swinging bunt and 2 stolen bases. I mean, look at what they've done at the bat so far. Nothing. But they take a 1-0 lead because of the running game. So you can't tell me it's not important. Now, the degree of importance, that's, I guess you can argue about, but it's something that has to be taken care of. Because it's in the first half, it's one of the things that stuck out like a sore thumb. And as you said, that it's not all the catchers, and I think it's not even, its majority is on the pitchers. I mean, actually, by saying it's not all on the catchers is misleading. A better way to put it would be it's not all on the pitchers. The catchers help out.
Berkman will ground to first. Duke will cover. And that'll do it. 3-1 on the putout. But that swinging bunt and 2 stolen bases leads to the first run. Andrew McCutcheon, the leadoff man. Jose Tabata hits second. Neil Walker in the 3 spot. By the way, Jose Tabata last series against the Brewers went 4 for 10 with a .571 on base percentage. Garrett Jones, the cleanup man. Pedro Alvarez has hit safely in 10 of his last 11 games. Ryan Doman hit 6th. And then it's Millage, Cedeno, and Duke against Brett Myers.
Take a look at Myers' numbers. And the thing that you like about him, 121 innings at this stage of the year, that's outstanding. And at a 3.4 ERA, Myers is kind of having a pretty good year when you look at those 2 numbers.
And he might be on display tonight as the rumor mill is churning fast and furious as we head down the home stretch of the deadline, the 31st of July. Myers relatively inexpensive.
I mean, you kind of pray for somebody that'll give you 200+ innings at a 3-something ERA. I mean, that's what makes winning teams, that type of starting pitching.
3-0. Roy Oswalt, of course. You can no secret that he is on the trading block. He's scheduled to start on Sunday.
You can fit him into the middle of the rotation somewhere, and he'd look outstanding.
Making just over $3 million is Myers, and he is the only pitcher this season in all of baseball who has thrown 6 innings or more in each one of his 18 starts. And the backhand play made by Keppinger, and he throws out McCutchen.
Who else is out there, Greg?
Well, let's show you. Brought to you by Mercedes, this defense for Houston. Bourgeois, Bourne, Pence in the outfield left to right. Johnson and Berkman on the corners. Sanchez, Keppinger up the middle. And Humberto Quintero, the battery made for Brett Myers.
And Myers, as we mentioned in the open, not nearly as well on the road this year as he has done at Minute Maid Park in Houston.
Top of the hitting, 241.
That would make some scouts, think, a little leery as to, you take him out at Minute Maid, maybe he's not going to be so dominant.
3.99 ERA at home, 4.64 on the road. Tabata has been stinging the ball, not necessarily getting a lot of hits.
What were those numbers, home and road again?
Yeah, career numbers, 399 home. Yeah, this year he is a 4.37 road ERA, 2.48 at home. And 5-0 at Minute Maid. They're the numbers this year. Career 399 home, road 464. Now, most of his career spent with the Philadelphia Phillies. In fact, all of it before this season. And a line drive off the bat of Neil Walker, but that'll carry out to Pence. So the Pirates go down quickly. 1-2-3 after one. Houston 1, Pittsburgh nothing. Leadoff man Bourgeois, the infield hit.
Not very impressive offensively. It just classic little ball. Swing and bunt, a couple of steals, and then just a very weak ground ball to an infield that was back as they should be early in the game, conceding that run and
leadoff hit for Hunter Pence.
And getting that out.
Ground single to left. Pence an all-star last year, hitting over 400 against the Pirates this season. The Astros are 6-0 versus Pittsburgh, sweeping 2-3 game series down at Minute Maid. It's their first trip into Pittsburgh this year. Chris Johnson 0 for 11 against the Pirates. playing in his 25th ball game.
Well, Houston's been doing a little bit what the Pirates are trying to, not to the extent, but getting their youngsters up, giving them some playing time. Every team has to spend at least a season, maybe two, to make that transition.
Pedro Feliz was the starter, of course. For the last few weeks now, it's been this man, Chris Johnson, getting the starts at third.
Still looking for a long ball.
A strikeout, but the runner will move to second. And the fans will get a chuckle as Pence blew a tire there around second, but he is in scoring position after the strikeout of Johnson.
Take a look at a replay and see what happened with this pitch. Just bounced just an inch or two in front of Doma's glove. That's one that shouldn't get away. I mean, that ball is literally bouncing just inches in front of his glove.
Angel Sanchez, he ruled a wild pitch. Pence at second. Sanchez 5 for 22 since he was acquired from the Red Sox organization. Kevin Cash dealt to Boston July the 1st to get Angel Sanchez.
Can you make a deal just for Cash?
Yes. The commissioner upheld it.
Learn something every day. Sanchez for Cash.
Yep. Bunts it foul. Tommy Manzella is on the disabled list. Sanchez spent most of the year AAA Pawtucket. Now starting at shortstop for Brad Mills in his first year as a major league manager. He had been the bench coach in Boston. Terry Francona highly recommended him to Ed Wade, the Astros GM. And Wade was familiar with Brad Mills anyway because those two were in Philadelphia.
A little history together there. Mills knew what he was getting.
Mills able to get the job because Manny Acta originally offered the job, decided to turn down the Astros offer, and he instead took the Cleveland managerial position. 2-2 count on Sanchez, now 3-2. And they made a change just before the All-Star break. The Astros have the second lowest batting average in the league behind Pittsburgh, so they let Sean Berry go after 4 years as hitting coach, and they named former All-Star Jeff Bagwell as the new hitting coach, making his debut tonight in that position.
Sure, that was a very popular move in Houston.
Bounce left side. Alvarez will throw on to first. That does not produce a run. The ground ball to the third baseman. Pence at second now with 2 outs. Brings up Humberto Quintero.
Yeah, they have not been able to get a ball in the air off of the sack. They keep chasing balls that are down. That one probably was going to be ball 4. It looked that low. That's how you get ground balls, though. You have those guys swinging at the pitches that are knee high, a little below the knees. And trying to pull you, too. That's always important.
We'll see how the Pirates pitch Quintero. This is one of the interesting kind of scouting reports. Some who have watched the Pirates pitch Quintero over the last couple of years say that he's always going the other way. They pitch him away, and he gets his hits the other way. And Quintero will have himself a double. Kind of baffling, but it does seem to be that way. Quintero, a .232 career hitter, against everybody else, but nearly 300 against Pittsburgh. And it does seem as though all of his hits come by going the other way.
Yeah, that looked like a breaking ball that, you know, Duke was probably just trying to get ahead. Or maybe it wasn't a breaking ball. Now when I saw that pitch like that, at first in that replay, it was a little tight, but at first I thought it was a curveball that he hit.
Well, Brett Myers. Myers, a fly ball to center. McCutchen there. Bertha Quintero, a 2-out double the other way to give the Astros a 2-0 lead. Last season after the All-Star break, 290 hitter, 16 homers, 37 runs batted in. Post All-Star game numbers, 2009, those 16 homers ranked tied for 6th most in the National League since that time. Prince Fielder with 24 post All-Star game home runs. Ryan Howard of the Phillies with 23, Mark Reynolds with 20. The Nationals' Ryan Zimmerman, 19. The Cubs' Derek Lee with 18. And Garrett Jones, along with 4 others, 16 homers. Just 1 career home run against these Astros in 47 at-bats.
And Greg, back to Quintero's hit. You're right. That was a fastball away. Had the gypsies downstairs informed me that was a heater on the corner. And he went the other way with it. He called it before he hit it.
1 out.
There's the RBI single. You can see Doman sets up on the outside corner. That's definitely not a curveball. Might have cut the fastball a little bit. Might have had a little bit of movement on it. I think that's what I originally saw. But still, definitely on the outside corner, and he just took it down the line for a double.
Gives them a 2-0 lead. Here's Pedro Alvarez.
Another thing, that not only did he knock in a run, he got Myers out of the way for next inning. And when they get back out there, we got their speed to deal with again. Number 8 hitter can have really an important effect on a ball game, that's for sure.
All popped up. Foul territory. And the third baseman comes in to make the catch, Johnson.
Well, that got in on Alvarez. That was right on his hands. Didn't get any extension at all. Ate him up.
Alvarez hit that bomb on Sunday in Milwaukee off lefty Randy Wolf. Ryan Doumit was 1 for 4 on Sunday in Milwaukee. 6 hits and 20 at bats on that most recent road trip. Ball to strike on the Pirates catcher.
I wonder if Doumit maybe will get a few more days off. A strictly right-hand hitter catching, backing him up now. Definitely a possibility.
Yeah, because both Doumit and Jaramillo poor numbers against lefties.
And even though Jaramillo was a switch hitter also, he wasn't just a left-handed hitter. He hit from the right side.
There's Eric Kratz, who hit .346 in the minors this year against lefties. Got very emotional when he was told by Frank Kremlis.
I can imagine.
The MLB Network interviewed him during the All-Star game. Just after he had been told, they had to cut the interview short because he got so emotional. I was so anxious to go tell his wife. From the Allentown area, and that's where the game was played. He had one at bat, took a foul ball off the mask, came back in, and Frank Kremlis, again his manager at Indy and a coach on the All-Star team, went up to him and said, "That'll be it for you." He said, "I've got another AB left in me." And Kremlis said, "How about one more at bat here, or you go to the major leagues?" 1-2-3 go the Bucks. 2-0 Houston. Day, you don't measure up or you fall short of where you want to get to, you put in what you could. That's where I was in my career. That was pretty much all that was pushing me. Talking about thinking 2 or 3 times about quitting the game, but ultimately it was about the love of the game that kept Eric Kratz toiling in the minor leagues. Now at the age of 30 and almost 9 full years in the minors, most of them in the Blue Jays organization. The Pirates signed him as a minor league free agent before last year. Initially ticketed for AA Altoona, but when Doumit went down, they needed another catcher at AAA. Robinson Diaz was called up to the big league, so Kratz got a lot of playing time. Was an All-Star last season for Indy and was the MVP of the All-Star game. Came back, was a non-roster player in spring training. Pirates discussed publicly the idea that maybe Jaramillo would even begin this year in the minors to keep him sharp, get more at bats. And that maybe Kratz would make the team out of spring training. 1-1 count on Bourgeois with the swinging bunt single. 2 stolen bases and then scored on the ground out. Duke falls behind him 3-1. Hot, sticky night in the Berg.
Don't walk the fast guys. Got to make that. Guys like Bourgeois and Bourne hit their way on if they're going to be on. By the way.
Bourgeois claimed off waivers from the Brewers in October. Most of the year spent playing AAA ball in the Astros organization, and a fly ball to center fielder Andrew McCutchen. 1 speedster down.
Some guys you want them to hit the ball in the air. Bourgeois, one of those guys. You don't like the ground balls from him.
Zach Duke, when he's on, gets a lot of those grounders. 27 years old, his 15th start of the season tonight. Struck out Michael Bourne in that first inning. Bourne has struck out a team leading 67 times. Two and one.
Nice shorts.
Like those?
Yeah.
Comebacker. 1-3, 2 up, 2 down.
Very nice. You got the fast guys, both of them out.
Bourgeois and Bourne are retired. A fly ball and a comebacker to the hill. Jeff Keppinger got the RBI in the first on his ground ball, giving him 32 ribbies for the year. Liner toward right.
Good
There's
inning.
Village.
Good inning.
Quick inning. Astros go down in order. Houston leads 2-0 heading to the bottom of the third. 2-0 lead. Houston going to the bottom of the third, and the bottom third of the Pirates batting order. Hastings Village, Ronnie Cedeno, Zach Duke against Brett Myers. Village told he'll be the everyday right fielder now. For the last month or so, he and Ryan Church have pretty much platooned in the outfield.
Well, he earned it. He lost his left field job because of basically poor production. Even though he was hitting pretty good runners in scoring position, there wasn't much else to really point at. And he lost his everyday job, became a platoon player, and won at bat with his bat. That's the way it's supposed to work.
He pops up. Hastings Village talked about getting that starting role.
I just went about my business. I didn't, neither one of us, Church or myself, complained about any kind of playing time. So, it's good. It's awesome.
Village, .383 hitter while playing right field this season, but pops up to start the third. Now another guy who is going to get a chance to play most every day, you would think. Cedeno coming on of late.
Now he needs to do what Village did. He needs to get that batting average up, to become productive, and then there won't be any talk about the shortstop position. That's what happens with any position, with any two players. It doesn't matter what team it is. It's all about
hitting usually, isn't it? Most times.
I read a quote in the paper a couple weeks ago as a manager was being asked about playing time for a youngster, and he said if he hits, he's a regular. If he doesn't, he's a utility player.
Pretty simple, isn't it?
It is a simple game. It's as simple as that.
You hit, you play. Two and two on Cedeno. 0 for 7 in his career against Brett Myers. Bobby Crosby has had opportunities, but not a ton of production. Cedeno has.
So now it's swung back to Cedeno. If Cedeno can continue to hit 220, Crosby will be back out there and get significant playing times. I mean, that's just the way it is. Until somebody takes hold of that job.
Follow the Pirates on your iPhone, iPod Touch, BlackBerry, and Android phone with MLB.com at Bat 2010, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit Pirates.com tonight on your iPhone, iPod Touch, Android, or BlackBerry for more details. 8 up, 8 down for Myers routinely. He faces Zach Duke, who has 2 hits and 22 at-bats on the year. Oh, and 2. In the dirt, a swing and a miss. 9 up, 9 down with ease for Brett Myers. An 11-pitch third inning. On to the fourth. 2-0 Astros. Pirates history. It's brought to you by Day Automotive. Is on this date in 1970, the Pirates moved from Forbes Field into their new digs. Three River Stadium officially opens its gates at a cost of $55 million. All-purpose facility. Of course, the Steelers and the Pirates share Three Rivers for many years. Artificial turf surface, site of the 74 and 1994 All-Star games. The last game played there October 1st, 2000. And that was on to PNC Park. Pirates had called Forbes Field their home from June 30th, 1909 until July 16th, 1970, when they moved into Three Rivers. Forbes Field was built at a cost of $1 million back in 1909. On ball, one strike on Berkman. And a ground ball picked by Alvarez. The spin and on to first to retire Berkman.
Three Rivers, just state of the art, as a lot of stadiums were back then when they were building them all pretty much the same. Alvarez, a couple quick steps to his left to make that play, closed out that hole. And Three Rivers, Riverfront.
Veteran Stadium.
You had Fulton County, Bush, yeah. They're all basically the same stadium. Everybody went to the multi-purpose thing. And, you know, another stadium that was built about the same time was a multi-purpose facility, that the only one that really stood the march of time was in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Instead of building the one big circle multi-purpose, they built two smaller ones side by side, a smaller football and a small cozy baseball stadium, really a lot like what we have now here in PNC Parks as far as size wise. And then everybody was kind of laughing at him, I think, talking about how silly it was to build two stadiums like that. Nobody was laughing 20 years later when they were blowing all the money up.
One out single for Pence, his second hit.
Same place. Chokes way up on the bat. And he hits a ground ball on a ball that was neck high. He's one of those players that just swings a lot of times just about anywhere. It's hard to pitch him in a certain spot. You never know what he might hit well. He can be, if he really wants to, he can be real quick inside because of the way he chokes up.
He also, by the way, has been much better in terms of a stolen base percentage for the first half of the season. 11 out of 16. Chris Johnson, who struck out his first time up, is in the hole 0-2. Stolen base numbers for Hunter Pence this season. He had 14 steals all of last year and was caught 11 times.
Pence has good speed, but not base stealer type speed. He has to make sure he gets the good jump. Everything has to be right. Like Garrett Jones, I think to try and compare him to somebody that our fans might be a little more familiar with as far as stealing bases. If he gets a good jump, if you're not really paying much attention to you, he can steal as well as anybody. And I think Pence is kind of like that. Pence runs maybe a little bit more than Garrett does.
Second time he's gotten Johnson. Third K for Duke. 2 outs in the fourth.
Big slow curveball, just about 70 mile an hour. Right at the knees.
Now the batter, Angel Sanchez. He bounced to Alvarez in the second.
Now this would be a likely time for Pence maybe to try and run if he thinks he gets a good jump, or if he just wants to get out there and guess first move and hope he's not going to come over. Hope Duke's not coming over with a pickoff move. The reason I say that, there's 2 outs. And Sanchez could then just knock him in with a single. You don't have to wait around for somebody to hit a double or for 2 hits to knock you in. And because of that, Duke will pay a little bit more attention to Pence than he did during that last at bat. There's that quick step home. That is probably the best thing that Duke can do if he wants to control the other team's running game. Just be quick to the plate with the ball. If you get the ball home in 1.2 seconds or better, it's very difficult, no matter who's at first base, to come away with a steal. The big leg kick that you saw that time adds a few more tenths to it. And that's when, if they're running on first move, that couple of tenths, that's the difference between an out and a save call on somebody like Pence. But then the big leg kick sets up your pickoff move. That's why it's a little different with lefties than right-handers. Right-handers, there is no deception. It's just, it comes down to this. You got to be quick home. If you want to stop him from running, you got to be quick home.
And they got him picked off. Garrett Jones tosses to Cedeno. Now Duke is there, and Cedeno does not get there in time. They had the man caught stealing between first and second, and they don't get the out.
Pence might be hurt. I think he might have hurt his right wrist or something.
He is hurt.
Now he's going on first move. He's guessing, and he guessed wrong. So now he's in the rundown.
Why doesn't Cedeno throw to Duke there? Right here.
I don't know. Well, Duke was a little bit maybe late getting there. Oh, it looks like he got stepped on. That's what happened. Cedeno stepped right on Pence's right wrist. Watch Pence's right wrist get stepped on right there with a cleat. That's why he was in some pain. Ah, you're fine. Right?
Oh, yeah, he's fine. Pirates had Pence picked off, but don't get the out. Ball and a strike on Angel Sanchez.
Pence has got a pretty good lead again. Out there a long ways.
Well, these are the things that can't make John Russell happy. They should be back in the dugout. And they will. And Duke has to throw a couple of more pitches. Other than that, they get out of it unscathed. 2-0 Houston. What is the Pirates' best record after the All-Star game?
Best record. Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. How about that one?
Yep. McCutchen, a fly ball to right field. Pence's back. It is over his head and deflects toward the Trib Total Media side as Andrew McCutchen starts the fourth inning with the first hit of the game for the Buccos, a double off the right field fence.
And a nice one, too, that puts you in scoring position immediately. Pirates now can do a little work of their own. Got a nice bounce, too. Pence had to run it down a little bit. With McCutchen, you never know that the triple is just a bad bounce away all the time. That time Pence was able to get to it quick enough.
17 doubles on the season for McCutchen.
Pence's sidearm delivery from the outfield. You don't see that much from the outfield.
Well, you don't. And a chopper to the right side will get McCutchen over to third. Tabata moves him over.
Definitely moving runners over and getting runners in from third. These are the areas that Pirates need to work on in the second half. Been very inconsistent in that regard this year. Tabata easily does the job, and now it's up to Walker to get the man in. Infield playing back, a lot of speed at third base. It should be an RBI for sure for Walker.
He has a dozen ribbies since being called up May 25th.
Just got to hit a ground ball, middle of the infield. Here's a ground ball to Berkman. Fly ball. These are opportunities as a hitter. You'd love to come up. This is those free ribbies, especially if you're hitting in the middle part of the lineup somewhere.
Fly ball, not very deep.
Should be deep enough though.
Bourgeois, not a great arm. Strong throw, but not close. Sacrifice fly for Neil Walker, and the Bucks are on the board. Double ground out sac fly.
Well, you see how important that speed is.
Yep.
He made an iffy sac fly into an easy play. Tremendous speed.
Walker's 13th RBI of the season.
As you can see, that ball not really all that deep.
Broken bat bouncer. Backhanded Keppinger to get Garrett Jones.
Good job by the Pirates there. You got him over and you got him in. Good basic baseball.
McCutcheon crossing the plate for the 53rd time this season. He leads the Pirates in the runs scored category. And now it's Humberto Quintero, who doubled to right field, bringing home Hunter Pence in the second.
Well, all 3 runs in this game have come about basically because of speed. Guys that can run a little bit.
Hutchin scoring.
Wasn't all because of speed, but speed had something to do with just about everything.
Bourgeois, of course, the infield hit to start the ball game. Back-to-back steals. Hunter Pence.
Getting that wound cleaned out a little bit. Cut a little bit, a little dirt ground into it.
Daniel stepping on Hunter Pence.
Trainer's job is never done. These guys much downtime.
Nathan Casero, Rex Jones in the foreground, the trainers. Pulled foul.
That was slow curveball. Well, that's a nice stash, isn't it?
He's had that for a long time, Rex Jones.
Kind of a two-tone.
Yeah. I'm going to have our boy Jeff Mitchell rate these stashes whenever we see them, huh? Our director, Jeff Charlie Mitchell. And a base hit the other way for Quintero.
I think that might have been a changeup. I'm looking at the radar. It says 86. I think that's another fastball down and away. 86 is not a changeup from Zach Duke. Almost the same exact location of that double.
Myers, 5 sacrifice bunts this season.
They call it a ball.
They appealed to
Got that
Las
bat out of
Diaz
there
at first.
just in the nick of time.
Dave Clark, third base coach, will make sure Myers is aware of what they want him to do.
Well, you would think he's just supposed to sacrifice the runner over. Apparently,
That's why he wanted to talk to him.
he was told to swing away. I don't know why, because Quintero wasn't running. It wasn't a hit and run. I don't understand that at all. What if he hits a ground ball and it's a double play?
Yeah, easy.
Usually when they do that, they start the runner.
Now he squares and he bunts it foul.
Now you've used up one of your 3 shots. That, you know what you used it up for? A chance to hit a double play.
Now, Bob, here's these situations we've talked about with pitchers, 2 strikes and bunt situations. They oftentimes keep the bunt on.
Should be on for everybody. I mean, that's what I don't understand. Why does a pitcher have to bunt with 2 strikes?
And a position player doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Everybody should bunt with 2 strikes. If it's important to bunt the runner over, bunt the runner over.
Regardless of the count, right?
Yeah. But I think, I still don't understand why was he swinging.
Yeah. And it wasn't a missed sign because Clark went over there to tell him.
No, the only person that could have missed the sign was Quintero.
Right.
He didn't run.
Yeah.
But you're not going to put a hit and run on with somebody like Duke on the mound, a deceptive left-hander's move. You're looking to get somebody picked off.
And ultimately, after all that, Myers gets the job done.
It took a little bit of a gamble. Gave him only 2 strikes to do it, but he was up to the task.
Tomorrow, Buccos Astros, 7:05 after the games at Belly Fireworks, brought to you by PPG. It's also Italian Day, so come on out early. Out on Federal Street for live music, authentic Italian food, and festivities. Out before the game, go to Pirates.com for tickets. Fireworks night tomorrow, plus it's Italian Day for Game 2 of this 10-game homestand. on Jason Bourgeois. One ball, one strike. Bourgeois, an infield hit, 2 steals, and a fly to center. And again, he is starting because Carlos Lee, though they are saying that they're giving him an extra day off, quite obvious they were not happy with the fact that Lee did not attend the workout last night. Ed Wade, the general manager, this ball pulled foul. Talked about how disappointed he was that Lee wasn't here last night. This workout had been scheduled for 2.5 months, and apparently Carlos Lee had issues with his flights out of Panama.
Why don't you make it mandatory? That's my question.
According to a quote I saw from Wade, is that they're not allowed to make it mandatory. This is the Players Association.
Okay. So then it's not mandatory.
Right.
So then you don't have to be here.
Correct. There's Ed Wade said it would have been respectful if he had been there. Still 2-2 on Bourgeois. Ed Wade, longtime GM of the Phillies, and now with the Houston Astros. Spent some time in the Pirates front office in the public relations department, did Ed Wade. Bourgeois reaching way out, getting a piece of it.
Well, that was a long reach. That was way outside. That was in the left-hand hitter's batter's box.
Duke strikes him out. Registers his 4th K.
Down and away.
Strike is called on Michael Bourne. He's 0 for 2. Jason Michaels. We've got some veterans on this bench with Carlos Lee, Jason Michaels, Pedro Feliz. One ball, 2 strikes on Bourne.
I'd much rather go after Bourne here with that runner in position, scoring position at 2 outs than the guy on deck. And now that really comes into play now, 2-2. It's all that batting lineup really doesn't make much difference after the first inning. From then on, it's just all about who's hitting behind who. And in this case, rather try and get Bourne out, be aggressive getting in the strike zone with him than Keppinger.
Stays 3-2.
And where that comes into play is on that last pitch and on the 3-2 pitch here. As a pitcher, You know, if there's somebody that you're not afraid of or somebody you'd rather pitch to, you know, over on the on-deck circle, then you try to make a perfect pitch. If you're walking, no big deal. In this case, you don't really want to try and make the perfect pitch. You want to make sure you throw a strike. You don't want to walk Bourne and then have Keppinger come up there with a fresh count in that runner in scoring position.
Got him. Back-to-back Ks for Zach Duke. Leadoff hit, and that was it. 2-1 Houston. Its best record after the All-Star game. (52-25) in the 1979 World Series season. Final record of 98 wins, 64 losses. Won the National League East, played the National League West champion Reds, swept them, and then on to Baltimore for the World Series. First 2 games played in Baltimore, the next 3 in Pittsburgh, and the last 2 back in Baltimore.
Wally Bell took a nice hit there. Quintero's called time. I'm going to go out. Give him some time. Wally says, all right, let's go. I'm fine now. That one stung him good.
Ball to strike on Pedro Alvarez.
First time up, they really worked him inside well, jammed him. Did a rather shallow, well, not shallow, but low pop fly. Didn't get in the air very high.
And that gets a piece of Alvarez, 1-2. His third major league home run came on Sunday in Milwaukee. Joe Kerrigan talks to Zach Duke. Two and two. Breaking the ball from Myers, misses. '25th major league game for this former first-round pick. Down on strikes he goes for the 36th time in his 86 major league at-bats. Second K for Myers. Barrel.com, league leaders. Barrel Automotive, definitely worth the click. July team leaders in terms of opponents batting average against. Just 209 against Astros pitchers. The month of July.
They really turned their season around a little bit as far as that's concerned. One of the reasons that they've been playing 500 ball really for quite a while now. After that horrible start. It's always about pitching. And their hitters are coming around also. In their ballpark where you got to have some offense.
Wandy Rodriguez a big part of that. Last 11 games, the starting pitchers have a 1.72 ERA for the Astros. And Domet will bounce to Berkman for the second out.
We got a little taste of that in the last road trip when Berkman got crazy with the home runs. Even though they weren't all that impressive shots, just little flares down the left field line that made the Crawford boxes. They all count for the same. They really hit some home runs in that 3 games we had in Houston just before the break.
Berkman homered in each of the 3 games. He's actually homered now in 4 straight against Pittsburgh. And chopped to the right side. Berkman will toss to Myers. And the Pirates go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Houston still leading 2-1.
A pickoff that wasn't a pickoff, and look at the wrist just getting cleated hard. Hunter Pence got cut there a little bit, had it cleaned up. He is okay. That's tonight's Freeze Camp, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. And boy, are the days like now when you need some refreshment. Hot, humid. Whew. Got to head for those mountains.
Yes, sir.
When they turn blue, it's ready.
DJ Carrasco ready to relieve Duke, who was obviously on a pitch count, though John Russell said that he was not, that they were going to watch him closely. Duke had said yesterday that he was on a pitch count, so pretty apparent that he was. This is just his first start in a month. And he goes 5 innings, gives up a couple of runs. Jeff Keppinger greets DJ Carrasco with a home run of his own. That's his 4th. And it is 3-1.
Something, as I said, we saw a lot of on the last road trip. Houston playing some long ball. A little different ballpark, obviously, here. His left field bleachers are out there a ways.
Coors Light cold hard blast just delivered by Keppinger, sneaking it over that left field wall. First pitch swinging here in the 6th off Carrasco.
Just a solo shot. any real damage done. Got that lead up to 2 runs. Still early enough in the game to where you don't have to sweat that solo home run too much.
Jeff Keppinger hit 7 last year. Berkman now bats from a much better side of the plate. Duke threw 78 pitches.
I would say he was most definitely on a pitch count.
John Russell goes to DJ Carrasco to start the 6th. 2-2 on Berkman. Full count. 4th home run allowed by Carrasco. This is his 40th appearance of the year. Berkman has hit a dozen on the season, 5 against Pittsburgh, and he doesn't like that call. He's caught looking.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good pitch from where we sit. Up here we can kind of look straight down on the plate, and I thought it was on there. Right there on the inside corner. And we're very high here at PNC Park, but we're also right behind the plate looking straight down, and you can see the flight of the ball going right over home dish.
Strike 1 on Hunter Pence, 2 for 2 against Duke.
Well, some of those ballparks that we have on the road, they have that camera that's very high looking right down on the ballpark, especially domes. And you really, you know for sure if that ball is off the plate a little bit or on it. You see that slow motion as it comes across. Just like when you're looking at a side shot from a dugout camera, you know for a fact when it's slow motion, you can see whether it was above the knees, at the knees, below the knees. You can see up and down very well. All you need those 2 views.
Even now on Hunter Pence.
Pence taking a pitch that was inside, even though it was an off-speed pitch, but he can be so quick in there, choking up the way he does. Hard to get in his kitchen. There's not much kitchen there. It's kind of like an efficiency apartment. You choke up, there's no kitchen on the bat.
Three balls, 2 strikes on the right fielder of the Astros. Missing DJ Carrasco. Zach Duke, 5 innings, 5 hits, couple of runs. No walks, 5 strikeouts. And another foul ball. Brett Myers has given up the 1 run on 1 hit. The Astros looking to go 7-0 against the Pirates on the year. Duke on the mound. The Duchess goes by. Duke making his first start as Carrasco walks Pence. His first start in a month. And again goes 5 innings, allows 78 pitches. This series will conclude
Sunday, I think.
Kids Day, and all youngsters 14 and under get one of these paddle ball sets. Again, that's a 1:35 start. That's courtesy of Huggies and Giant Eagle. Also, kids run the bases after the game thanks to HK Pretzels. always the family fun zone before the game out on Federal Street.
Yo ho, yo ho. Looks like somebody made a. Was that one of those new iPhones, Greg?
You can ask our producer that one. Mr. Toma knows that.
We're having an antenna problem. So. Oh, yeah, that's another one. So a little silver apple on the back.
Yeah. Harrigan on the phone to the bullpen.
Not an iPhone. Old-fashioned landlines. It'll probably be the last landline ever in the country. It'll be from some dugout to some bullpen. Yeah. That'll be the last landline ever in the world. It'll be a bullpen phone somewhere.
Sean Gallagher starts to loosen. And Johnson drops a hit into right field. 2 on with 1 away. It's Chris Johnson's first hit against the Pirates this season in 14 at bats. Carrasco gave up the leadoff homer to Jeff Keppinger, then struck out Berkman looking, but walked Pence. Johnson singles, and now Angel Sanchez. He's bounced to third and lined out to second.
Dominoff flashing some signs just now after he got the signs from JR. Those are all about where he's going to throw if there's a double steal, either third or second. Has to tell the infielders. The reason you tell those infielders if he's going to throw to second, well, then that tells Alvarez don't bother running to third. The last thing in the world you'd want is a ground ball going through the hole and Alvarez running to third when the throw wasn't even going to be there. So if the throw's not coming to your base, you stay right where you're at and play defense off the hitter.
Well, Doman not able to block that, and it rolls underneath his glove, and that wild pitch moves the runners up 90 feet.
Take a look. See where this one hit. There's another one that looks to me like it's close enough. Well, no, that hit out there a little ways. In the side view, you could see it hit almost on the plate. A little tougher to block than that one that got through earlier. It looked like it hit just right in front of the glove. It looked like Doman just tried to pick the ball instead of really trying to block it.
And the suicide squeeze will work. Squeeze on. Sanchez gets it done. And a 4-1 lead for Houston.
I don't know what startled me more, the majestic blowing the horn on the river or the squeeze bunt. It worked perfectly. Look at that. And that's textbook. You have to wait to square around until that pitcher gets to the point to where he can't change his delivery at all. He can't throw a pitch out or anything like that. If you square around too soon, then the pitcher knows, oh, it's a squeeze, and he can throw the ball either right at your dome or a pitch out outside.
So at that point, is there anything a pitcher can do?
At that point, the way they did, no. In fact, this is an absolute, etched in stone, and there's not too many of them. A perfectly executed squeeze bunt, there's no defense for it. What can you do? Nothing. If they don't give it away and you throw a strike and they get the bunt down, it's a run. There's nothing to do about it. You can't. There's no defense for a perfectly executed squeeze bunt. Well, I take that back. I guess there is.
It's not etched in stone.
But this is kind of a trick question. If you had previously called a pitch out, then I guess that would be a defense, right, for a perfectly executed squeeze bunt. But you would have had to already have called the squeeze bunt. So Like
it's a technicality.
Yeah, technicality.
Yeah.
But I know somebody at home was sitting there going, well, what if you called a pitch out? You know? Terrell got a pitch inside, tied him up that time. Gone away with him twice, 2 fastballs away, a double and a single to right field.
Goes away, and they get him out. And Walker moves to his right. 2 runs, a homer, and a squeeze bunt. 4-1 Houston. Paul Wainer, 79 years earlier. That's tonight's legendary performance, sponsored by Cabot Woodstain. Pittsburgh down 3 to Brett Myers. Ronnie Cedeno will be followed by Andy LaRoche, who will pinch hit for Carrasco, and then the top of the order. Here's that 6th inning again for Brett Myers. Incredible what he's done this season. Got at least 6 in each of his previous 18 starts. The only pitcher in the big leagues who can boast that achievement. Last Astros starter to do that, by the way, Roy Oswalt, did it 20 consecutive starts back in 2005. Fly ball to right, Pence coming in, makes a nice running grab to retire Cedeno. Our AGH Sports Medicine injury update. Tony Sanchez, a broken jaw, still wired shut, will be for another couple of weeks. Been out since June 22nd, hit by a pitch. The left side of the jaw. He could return to action very late this season. It's our injury update, thanks to our friends at Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Was named to the Major League Baseball Futures game, but obviously couldn't play in that. The Bucks did have what, Brian Morris and Gorkis Hernandez, and ironically, Brian Morris pitching for the USA team against the World team, and the one batter he faced was Gorkis Hernandez, his teammate at Double-A Altoona. Got him to bounce out. 2-1 on LaRoche. Batting for Carrasco. Sean Gallagher will be the next Pirates pitcher.
Open to have to do a lot of work tonight. Already have their 3rd pitcher in the game. But then 4 days off. Everybody's plenty fresh. There's the Pirates all-star to meet.
Andy LaRoche bats for Carrasco. 3-2 count.
A tough transition right now for Andy. He's been so used to regular bats every day, basically his whole professional career. Now trying to help the team as a utility guy, pinch hitter coming off the bench.
Draws the walk, the first free pass from Myers. EasyToUse.com minor league report. Minor league connection. Mel Rojas Jr. signs the contract with the Pirates today, the 3rd round pick in this past month's draft out of Wabash Valley Community College at 398, dozen homers, 71 RBIs. EasyToUse.com minor league connection.
It's so important for the Pirates to try and keep that pipeline, the minor league pipeline, stocked. It's got to be a yearly thing of replenishing, because the Pirates need these young guys to come up on a yearly basis. Somebody, anyway. There always has to be a turnover.
Now we check out some other goings on in the minor leagues. Top of the 8th inning, Brandon Moss has 2 more RBIs. He has become the RBI leader at the AAA Indy with Alvarez now up. 5-4 Indy leads Rochester. Bottom of the 5th, Altoona leads Harrisburg. Chase Darno, a double and 2 runs scored. Clearwater leads at Bradenton. 3-1. Robbie Grossman, a solo home run in the bottom of the 5th. Tabata has grounded out twice. Lines this to right. Which runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Tying run to the plate. The top is already, even though it hadn't been here very long, it's got a nice coating on the helmet going. All covered with pine tar. Giving up is just his 2nd hit of the night. Which I've not been able to touch him up too much. But as I said, now they have the tying run up there.
Walker lined out to right field his first time. Sacrifice fly the other way his last at bat.
3 home runs now since he's been called up. 2 right-handed, 1 left-handed. Needs to even that out, don't you think, Greg?
That'd be nice.
I like the symmetry.
Myers has given up 11 home runs this season. And 2 in all. Myers needs 1 more out to keep that very impressive streak going. 6 or more innings. Evan Meek now loosens in the bullpen.
In case we get that home run.
Rounded foul.
I'll take a double. I won't be that picky. I think Tobler can score from first base if Walker finds a chalk line or a gap.
Ball bounced past Louis Durante. He's coaching first base as Carlos Garcia took ill just before the game. So Louis Durante coaching first. Tony Beasley, as always, coaches third. Louis Durante has been the bullpen coach. But the last several weeks, he has spent most of the time in the Pirates dugout. Ray Searage has worked out of that bullpen. 2-1 count on Walker. And now 2-2. Look out. Runner at second base is thrown out. Wow. Unbelievable.
That cannot happen.
That's incredible.
That's not good.
Andy LaRoche is thrown
down
out
by
at second.
3.
Down 3 runs. Look at that.
I don't know what happened.
Wow.
On FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Meadows Racetrack and Casino.
Well, just can't explain it. 4-1 on to the 7th. Sean Gallagher now takes over on the mound. Here's this play again. Down 3.
But you can see LaRoche way off there. After the ball hit the glove and you saw the swing and the miss, he jumped off another couple of steps. And that's what Quintero saw. As he caught the ball, he looks up and he sees LaRoche going a little further and fired it down behind him. Sean Gallagher's numbers.
So Brett Myers able to get through that 6th inning.
He hit the tying run at the plate.
Jones on deck. It's just totally inexcusable. And a line out to 3rd. One away. Gallagher pitched on the most recent road trip. Picked up from the Padres. He pitched on Saturday against Milwaukee at Miller Park. Got a couple of outs. Gave up a couple of hits. Struck out a man. Hit a man. Jason Bourgeois 1 for 3. Those 3 at-bats against starter Zach Duke. Duke gave up 2 runs in 5 innings. Carrasco 2 runs in his 6th inning of work.
Can't be too happy right now.
He is extremely patient, as Pirate fans have seen, but you can only take so much. And of course, you're not aware of how many times he goes in behind closed doors and when he feels the need, he'll let his team have it.
I know that there was a meeting today before the game. It's kind of a pep talk type meeting. Get the guys ready for the second half. There's definitely more that goes on than just meets the eye, as you were saying.
Still 3 more shots at the Astros. You come back and you end the 6-game losing streak and you get a win to start the second half. Well, it won't be forgotten.
The way the team has played at home, obviously much better than on the road. The road has been a disaster this year. Can't candy it over at all. I mean, it's been rough, but at home it's been pretty good, right around the 500 mark pretty much all year. And so you're starting the season 10 games at home. Well, not the season, the second half of the season, the second season, 10 games at home. You want to get off to a good start. What happened there, Greg?
I did not see it.
Right hand.
Well, that little donut good. I don't know what the heck happened there. Got the little rubberized.
Yeah, but that's not. It's something to do with his wrist area. They're trying to stretch it out. Did he get a cramp in his forearm?
Reminds you a little bit of do you see Kevin Youkilis get hurt the other day by swiping at home plate with his left foot? Forced to leave the game, swiping at the dirt.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh. It's kind of a little reminiscent of that.
I think he's got a cramp. He keeps trying to stretch out his forearm.
That is crazy.
Got a forearm cramp. I don't know. That's a guess. That's most everything I said. Nothing wrong with taking a good guess.
That's right.
Take his cramp down the first base.
Check out Toyota, the road ahead, moving forward. The home schedule. 2 more with the Astros, then 4 with Milwaukee, and the surprising Padres come to town starting next Friday night.
I think Houston, Milwaukee, 2 clubs that are well below 500. You got them here in your home ballpark. That's where you really want to concentrate on getting off to a good start. Well, that'll be a balk. Wow, there's something weird going on tonight, isn't there?
Yeah, this is not the way they wanted to start the second half. That is for sure.
We were talking about Lee missing the workout. Some of the Pirates might have missed the workout.
Yeah.
I mean, here it is, just a pickoff, and he turned and didn't throw. I don't know. I guess I could take another one of those guesses.
Go ahead.
Thought somebody called time. Now there's the move, and he didn't throw. I don't know, Greg. I can't even guess at that one. The easiest ball kill I recall.
Yeah.
There's business going on in the bullpen. Looks like Lopez is up and throwing. He'd be the 4th pitcher of the night if they have to go to it.
And this will produce the second out. 2 down. Walker throws out Michael Bourne. Well, Jeff Keppinger, who's grounded out to bring home a run, lined out to right and homered.
Paint on the outside. Here again is that situation we talked about last time. Keppinger up. Doesn't matter.
Into center field. It skips past McCutchen. Keppinger will get an extra 90 feet out of it. He'll get a double. An RBI to make it 5-1.
Now this is a situation here where McCutchen just thinks he can make the catch, and when he figures out that he couldn't, he's just too close to the ball.
John Russell is going to the bullpen.
It's, you know, when you're down by 4 runs, you have to try and make special plays on defense, and that's what that was. That was McCutchen just trying to make something out of nothing, and he ended up making it into a double.
Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen. 5-1 Houston.
Now to try and get this last out here in the 7th inning. Excellent numbers on the year. Very good ERA at 2.7. He'll spin Berkman around. He'll have to hit right-handed.
Berkman 0 for 3. Has grounded out twice and struck out looking. Shortstop Cedeno. 6-3 on the putout. Astros get one. They lead 5-1.
you know, all these guys. I mean, I was like, I don't know. I might be able to pitch, but I don't know.
Evan Meek, the Espadin will make you smile. The All-Star showing off the jersey. All the players have, all the teammates in the All-Star game sign. And Evan Meek loosens in the bullpen. He sure was all smiles. One ball, one strike. There the jersey signed.
That had to be a huge thrill for him. You know, just think about his Rule 5 days, and then just a handful of years later, a couple of years later, he's the National League All-Star, sitting amongst all those names that he mentioned. That'll be a jersey that he'll cherish for years and years. Now that'll be something that I doubt will go into a box up in the attic. That'll be kept out. Probably put that frame under glass.
Strike 3 called on Leo Walker. Third K for Myers.
Just can't get anything going against Myers tonight. Just a couple of opportunities to score any runs, and that's it. Just 2 hits. And that one run really was a kind of a manufactured run. Pirates did a good job of get him over, get him in. Jones takes a strike. That Cutchin hit a double. Tabata moved him over with a ground ball. And then a sac fly got him in. And that's been our offense to this point.
Jones has popped to short, bounced to second. 2 hits for the Bucks. Bouncer to the first baseman, Berkman, to Myers.
Kind of laid back on that. I thought a little too much. Last little hop, you never know. Playing on dirt. There it is again. He kind of caught in between. He started to come in and then held his ground and ended up taking an in-between hop. It stayed true for him, though, and he was able to make the play. If he had to do it over, you know, that little hesitation he had where he started in, if he would have kept going, he would have had a nice short hop. I'd much rather have that or a nice long hop. One of those two, short hop, long hop, not an in-between hop like he took. Tough night so far. Well, everybody really is kind of having a tough night so far.
Really, one ball hit hard was the McCutchen double off the wall. And right. It's been easy breezy for Myers. McCutchen's double came in the 4th inning off the right field wall. He scored. There's a base hit for Alvarez, a 2-out single to right.
He left an off-speed pitch up in the zone, and Alvarez made him pay for it. 2-strike off-speed pitch, belt high, maybe even a little above the belt. Here you can see it perfectly with that side view, right about at the belt. Whacked hard into the outfield. We're at the point now we need somebody to put one over the fence. We need some quick offense. We're running out of frames.
Doman is 3 for 11 in his career against Brett Myers. 0 for 2 tonight with 2 ground balls. One back to the mound, one to the pitcher Berkman. This ball bounced foul.
What if baseball was like bowling? In the 9th inning, you get an extra out. You know, in the 10th frame, you get that extra ball if you need it. It's 4 outs in the 9th inning if you're behind.
I like
4 outs if you have a man on. If they can go 1, 2, 3, it's over. Just like you have to mark to get the extra ball, you got to have a base runner on to get that extra out.
Oof. Myers mowing him down.
I don't think you like my idea, do you, Greg?
I don't like what I see on the scoreboard. 5-1 Houston.
Play. Over the glove. Bring it up to your chest. You're going to take that one step to make sure you can keep everything underneath you and make a nice firm throw to get the guy out at second. You want to make sure you don't want to be too quick.
And you can catch the entire tip on Sunday's Trip Total Media Pirates pregame show starting at 1 right here on FSN Pittsburgh. Garrett Jones. Most of his starts these days at first base. Beautiful looking skyline. The Pirates trail 5-1.
A few thunder storms around in the area, but they just add to the beauty as long as they're in the distance like that. And hopefully Evan Meek will be throwing some lightning bolts.
Ball 1 to Hunter Pence. Pence tonight has singled twice, walked, and scored a pair of runs. Now 1-2. Two and 2 on Pence. He followed by Chris Johnson and Angel Sanchez.
Pirates replay of that up and in pitch. Pirates making use of that fresh bullpen tonight. Number 5 now to appear in this ball game. 5th pitcher of the night. And puts pitch away. Up and in. Down away.
Every Thursday Pirates home game, T-shirt Thursday at PNC Park. Don't miss the next one coming up this Thursday night against the Milwaukee Brewers at 7:05. All fans get a Pirates T-shirt courtesy of LaRoche College. For tickets, visit pirates.com/T-shirt. It'll be the finale of the 4-game series against the Brew Crew.
That strikeout pitch to pinch, you can see the natural cut movement that Meek has on his fastball. He jumps away just a little bit. That was something that Meek really had a hard time getting a handle on in his rookie year. He just could not come to grips with it. Pardon the pun, but it was so inconsistent. Not getting much out of Johnson tonight. Goes down on strikes again. Tying him up inside 94.
Speaking of
tying up.
Yeah, with a silly string. I think the parrot was.
Looks like
nearby,
some parrot work, yeah. The parrot was there. He's sneaking around all over the stands tonight. Nice on a warm night, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Silly string all over you. Warm, sticky night. Parrot will probably have that. He has that big squirt gun you'll have out here Sunday to defend yourself with the paddle ball set.
Yeah, that's right.
You have a chance to look at those paddle balls.
Yeah,
they were sweet. If you like going to the beach and playing paddle ball, I mean these are nice ones. They get the big paddle too. There's a big sweet spot in there.
Yep.
I have to go beg for some after Sunday's game. I haven't any left. I have to put that in the Florida trunk.
With the towels tonight. Fireworks tomorrow and a strike call. As Sanchez thought that might have been ball 4.
A lot of good summertime giveaways going on.
He strikes out the side.
Got them all. Got them all.
An absolute firecracker.
Lightning bolts.
Lightning bolt number 1. Lightning bolt number 2. And the firecracker. baseball. Catch all this and more inside Pirates baseball tomorrow night at 6 on FSN. 2 more shots here. And if the Pirates come back, it will be Sutton, because they have done just about nothing against Myers. He has been on his game tonight, having allowed just 3 hits. The McCutchen double off the wall in right was the first base runner against him. That led off the 4th. And the Tabata 2-out single in the 6th. This ball hit into the gap in right center field by Millage, and a nice start to the 8th inning. Millage into second base with a double.
Millage has thoughts of going to 3, but I think right at the moment he had that thought, he also had a thought about what the scoreboard is. He's down by 4 runs late in the game. He needs to be very careful on the bases, very conservative. You see that high fastball that just got shot out there in the gap. Millage running hard out of the box. And that's not just because he hit a gap shot. He could have hit a routine fly ball and he would have done the same thing. Always runs very hard coming out of that box.
Bounce to short. The first pitch Cedeno sees following the double is a bouncer to the shortstop. Millage with his 17th double of the season that ties him with Andrew McCutchen. Second behind Garrett Jones on the club.
Church will be the pinch hitter.
Brendan Donnelly will be the new Pirates pitcher in the 9th. Ryan Church, 3 hits and 19 career at bats versus Brett Myers. A 158 average. 1 of those 3 hits a home run. Brandon Lyon has become the setup man for the Astros. Matt Lindstrom, the closer. Has been a disappointing season for sure for Ryan Church. He hopes for a second half turnaround.
Back to his role of just getting a start here and there and pinch hitting.
Weekly hit to second for the second out.
McCutchen, who's hit the ball as well or better than anybody tonight. See if he can get that run home. Get a little 2-out clutch RBI help. Even if you just get 1 more run here in the 8th, at least then you cut that mountain. You got to climb in the 9th down a little bit. At this point, every run is precious. As the clock is ticking away. Just 4 outs left. There's no extra out in baseball. Even if Greg has that wacky idea that there should be, I don't think it's ever going to come to pass. But then go back 40 years ago and think how they were laughing at the first guy that thought of the designated hitter. Like, what are you talking about?
We'll never do that.
Yeah. Good curveball from Myers. Pretty efficient tonight. Giving up just those 4 hits and 1 run. He's only thrown 90 pitches. high strike there. Wally Bell rang it up.
And there is a clutch hit for McCutchen. Brings home Millage, a 2-out base hit. McCutchen 2 for 4.
McCutchen's clutch.
His 30th RBI of the season.
Went to the well once too often with the breaking ball. Got the 2 in a row called a strike. Came back with a third straight off-speed pitch. Didn't work. Now it is just a 3-run lead, and it looks like that's going to be it. They're going to go with Lyon.
Brad Mills has made his way out. Brett Myers going 7 2/3. But a competitor, he'd love to get this last out, but he's not going to get that chance. 8-1-1 Columbia Gas call to the pen. Myers will leave with a 3-run advantage as Brandon Lyon comes on.
A one-hitter, I believe, through the first 5 innings. And very efficient. It was getting a lot of soft outs. Didn't have to go into any deep counts. In fact, in the 4th inning, I think, Greg, he threw just 7 pitches. That helped out right there with that pickoff of LaRoche. But Myers, another good game. A lot of innings this year.
Red Arnsberg, the pitch coach for the Astros, and now it's Tabata.
Put Myers up around 130 innings. Here we are, just the first day back from All-Star break. So we'll be well over 200.
Oh, 2 count.
Good job of playing off a hard slider just off the plate away. There's a good look at that towel.
Shortstop will not be able to make the play. Sanchez will be an infield hit for Tabata.
That's a third baseman's ball all the way if they're going to get an out. touching on first base and Tabata running. Even if he catches it, what was he going to do with it? Not throw anybody out. Well, here we are again, tying run at the plate. No matter how things go, you always get a couple opportunities to come up with a big hit. Pirates need one here out of Walker. There's one of the 2 RBIs tonight. We're trying to work him inside.
To left field, that ball is caught by Bourgeois. Pirates get one. On to the ninth. 5-2 Astros. Pirates have used Zach Duke, DJ Carrasco, Sean Gallagher, Javier Lopez, Evan Meek, and now it's Brendan Donnelly. Meek right back after the All-Star break. Phase 3, struck out the 3. Zach Duke went 5, gave up 2 runs. The first inning run was a swinging bunt by Jason Bourgeois leading off the ball game. Then he stole second and third and then came home on a ground out. The second inning run, Hunter Pence led off with a hit, moved to second on a wild pitch. Noman wasn't able to keep it in front of him, and then Humberto Quintero doubled to right field to bring home Pence. Jeff Keppinger homered in the 6th off Carrasco. Pence walked in the 6th. Chris Johnson followed with a hit. Both runners moved up 90 feet on a wild pitch, and then Angel Sanchez, the shortstop, who had some kind of cramp in his hand during that at-bat. Brad Mills put the suicide squeeze on, maybe figuring he couldn't swing. Worked to perfection. In the 7th inning, with 1 out, Bourgeois walked, was balked to second, and he scored on a Keppinger double. So they lead 5-2, but you could make a case. Maybe 1 or 2 truly legitimate runs. You tighten things up. Ball 1 on Quintero. He has 2 hits and 3 at bats. Andy LaRoche picked off second in the 6th. With 2 outs and runners at first and second. Pirates trailing at the time by 3. Zach Duke, the 5 innings of work, didn't walk a batter. His first outing at the big league level in a month. Pirates will have a shot in the bottom of the 9th as Donnelly tries to keep it at 3 runs.
2 in a row in on Quintero's hands, and he just cannot handle it. And I don't even think those 2 were fastballs. Probably splitters. Even without the fastball velocity, he still couldn't get the head of the bat out there. Slider, maybe. Got him.
1 out. Start the 9th. In case you missed it, brought to you by Mazda, will be coming up shortly. Tim Burdack, the left-hander in the bullpen. Matt Lindstrom, the righty. Lindstrom, their closer. Pedro Feliz bats for Brandon Lyon.
Important inning here for Donnelly to try and just make sure you keep it 3 runs. You had to get that clutch 2-out hit to cut the lead to 3. Donnelly needs to keep it right there, give us a chance in the 9th. Big long swing.
Feliz in his first year with Houston, signed as a free agent. We said earlier, was expected maybe to provide some power. Ribbies was a veteran third baseman, but the last few weeks the job has gone to Chris Johnson, the rookie. Feliz hitting just .220. 3 homers and 26 RBIs. He's also committed 10 errors. Last 2 years with the Phillies, former Giant Pedro Feliz.
Surprised that he didn't do better offensively with the Phillies. I thought he would really take off playing in that ballpark.
Three-two count on him. A dozen homers last year for Feliz, 82 RBIs. And it remains 3-2.
Nice catch right down underneath us here, Greg. Play.
Another 3-2 pitch due to Pedro Feliz. Donnelly gets the strikeout. So the Mazda, in case you missed it, around the majors, Steven Strasburg, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 7 Ks. Nationals lead the Marlins 4-0. Miguel Cabrera extends his hitting streak to 20 games. Aramis Ramirez hot. Another home run for him. I think that's 5 in the last 13 games. Cubs beat the Phillies 4-3. And the Yankees, of course, honor George Steinbrenner and their longtime public address announcer Bob Shepard, who passed away a few days ago.
99 years old.
Big story in the papers in New York, though, causing quite a stir, is the fact that no Yankee player showed up for Bob Shepard's funeral. That is incredible.
I can't believe that.
Brian Cashman did, the general manager. He delivered the eulogy, but no one from the Yankees And this is a team that really prides itself in a lot of class, and they have been over the years.
Tradition, yeah. But
to not show up for that is amazing.
That's why I have a hard time believing that can be true. Well, I guess it is, but wow.
Two on Bourgeois. Some of the Yankees are being quoted, and I think Derek Jeter said that you don't have to go to someone's funeral to honor them. That's hard to believe, frankly, that Jeter would say that. Talk about a guy who's been class. That's incredible. Said he wasn't aware that the funeral was yesterday. Okay. 1, 2, 3 for Brendan Donnelly. And now it's up to the Pirate Bats. Down by 3. Following this game tonight, the first of 3 with Houston and the first of a 10-game homestand. Highlights and analysis. 23,273 on hand for game 1. We can get a couple of men on here.
I think you got to be taking a strike. We need a couple of base runners. Hopefully get Lindstrom, put somebody on base. You can see he's got 14 walks in 35 innings. They can prove that he's going to throw the ball over the plate.
Jones swings and fouls the first pitch off, 0-1. And he's in the hole 0-2. Trying to save it for Myers, who would go to 7-6. Ground ball to short. 1 out.
Well, we were speculating that there could be scouts here in the stands watching Myers as we head toward the trading deadline at the end of the month. And if there was,
probably pretty impressed by what they saw.
Threw a lot of strikes, very efficient tonight. 2 more outs to go. Alvarez with a line drive hit. Probably the right field his last time up. Got an off-speed pitch up around the belt.
To second. 2 down. Quickly 2 outs. Routine for Keppinger. And now Ryan Doman looks for his first hit of this game.
Close to hitting him. My fingers are crossed. How about you, Greg?
Yep.
We're going to have a little luck now, down to the last out. Maybe a little luck right there. That looked like a bender that might have caught the outside corner. Wally Bell said no.
Two and 2 now on Ryan Doman.
A rally hat. Definitely, as I said, need a little luck now. Looking gloomy.
Look the other way toward the seats. And foul ball.
You can hear what the outfielder hears when there's a dead ball laying on the ground. Throw it here, throw it here, throw it here, throw it here, throw it here. Not by much. That wasn't the luck we were asking for. You hear everybody wanting that ball?
Remains 2 and 2.
Like one of my old gloves. Beat up a little bit. Look at that thing. That has seen a lot of baseball games.
That is lifted toward the seats. Bourgeois takes the catch. And that does it.
The way we had this first game back planned out. It's over now. We got to deal with it. And Ross Ollendorf going for us tomorrow. Hopefully Ross will have a W in it.
5-2 the final. Brett Myers the winner. Lindstrom earns his 22nd save, and the Astros are 7-0 against the Pirates so far this season. Next broadcast of Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh tomorrow night, right here from PNC Park. Game 2 of the series. Bud Norris is 2-6. He goes up against Ollendorf 1-7. Tribune Total Media Pirates pregame show starts at 6:30. Steve Blass will join us for the call at 7 right here on FSN Pittsburgh, bringing the game to you. Again, the final score 5-2 Astros. For Bob Walk and our entire FSN crew, Greg Brown saying thanks for watching. We remind you to stay tuned. The AGH Sports Medicine Pirates postgame begins shortly.